Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Going to be giving you my player ratings for Manchester United's 1-1 draw with Leicester. So I'll start with David De Gea. I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10. De Gea made some important saves in the game. He made a fantastic save to deny Wesley Fofana. De Gea has been sensational this season. He's now back to his best. Don't forget, earlier on this year, De Gea got named the Premier League's Player of the Month for January. He's won everything domestically at the football club and he's made over 500 appearances for Man United in all competitions. Earlier on this season, De Gea said, "I don't see myself away from Manchester United." He's been a long-serving player at the club. This season has been his 11th season at Man United. He's been with us since the Sir Alex Ferguson era. De Gea's contract at Man United expires next year. He receives £375,000 a week as the second highest earner at the club. Moving on to Diego Dalot, I'm going to give him a 5 out of 10. He endured a poor game, weren't good defensively, and he lacked that attacking intent. Diego Dalot is our first choice right back under Ralph Rangnick, and he's actually enjoyed a lot of good games under Rangnick. Do you think Dalot will leave Manchester United this summer? Well, Dalot has been subjected to a lot of transfer speculation before. Last season, Dalot had a loan spell with AC Milan. Reflecting on that, he gained some experience, and Manchester United got Dalot from Porto back in the summer of 2019. Man United paid around £19 million for him. Dalot's contract at Man United expires next year. Moving on to Harry Maguire, I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. I thought Maguire put a good performance out yesterday. He was solid at the back. Don't forget, Maguire was reuniting with Leicester yesterday. Leicester is his former club. Maguire got booed when he was playing for England the other week. Harry Maguire's Manchester United future is in doubt. He says Man United are prepared to sell Maguire this summer. You know, he's not good enough to represent the club. I can't understand how he's still captain. A lot of Manchester United fans have been demanding for the captaincy to be taken off him. Earlier on this season, Rangnick said that Maguire will remain Man United captain until the end of the season. Man United overpaid for him. Man United paid £80 million for him, so reflecting on that, he's the most expensive centre-half in the world at the moment, and he's the second most expensive signing at the club. He's been at Man United for over 2 years, and he's endured quite a few injuries since he came to the club. Moving on to Rafael Varan, I'm going to give him a 5 out of 10. He didn't enjoy the best of games. Varan did get fouled in the build-up to James Maddison's disallowed goal. Varan had an injury scare with France last weekend. Varan's endured quite a few injuries in his career, and he's endured quite a few injuries since he became a Man United player. Most of the time though, when Varan plays, he seems to make the difference. Well, he is regarded as one of the best centre-halves in the world. He's highly experienced and he's got a good pedigree behind him, because look at the amount of silverware he won when he was at Real Madrid. We got Varan for a reasonable fee. Man United paid 34 million, rises up to around 41-42 million with add-ons. Got him from Real Madrid last summer, and he's got a contract with Man United until 2025. There's an option of a further year. Luke Shaw, I'm going to give him a 5 out of 10. He was quite poor. Luke Shaw came off injured in the first half. Luke Shaw's endured quite a few injuries at Man United, so he is injury prone. Luke Shaw also got a yellow card in the game yesterday. The other week, Shaw came out and said that he prefers playing for England than Man United. Shaw's been at Manchester United for 8 years, so reflecting on that, he's been a long-serving player. He's got under 2 years left on his contract. I thought Shaw was far superior last season to how he has been this season. Moving on to Fred, I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. Fred played very well yesterday. He looked confident in possession. He got into very good positions. He won the ball back numerous times, and he scored Manchester United's equaliser. Fred, he's not a great player overall. He has enjoyed the good games at Man United, especially under Rangnick. Man United got Fred from Shakhtar Donetsk a few years ago now, got him for £50 million. Fred will leave Man United probably next year, he won't leave this summer. Moving on to Mctominay, he's going to get a 5 out of 10. I thought he was very sloppy. He also got a yellow card in the game. McTominay is not good enough to represent the club. McTominay though has had his good games at Man United. I was saying earlier on this season that he'd been one of our best performers under Rangnick. He's been part of the club for a long time. He came up our academy in that. Revert back to 2020, he committed his future to the club because he signed a 5-year contract. Paul Pogba, I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10. There's a very good chance that Paul Pogba will be leaving Manchester United this summer. Well, he's out of contract at Man United in the summer. Pogba's not yet made a decision on his Man United future. Pogba has been in negotiations with a couple of Premier League clubs. Real Madrid, his former club Juventus, and PSG have also been in for him, so Pogba has been subjected to a lot of transfer speculation. Earlier on this season, Pogba's trainer claimed that he wants to leave Old Trafford. Earlier on this season, Pogba was out with injury for a while. Well, he's endured quite a few injuries since he re-signed for the club, so he is injury prone. Man United paid 89 million for Pogba, so reflecting on that, is our most expensive signing at the moment, and this season has been his 6th season at Man United since he re-signed. He's won 3 trophies at the club, and he's played over 200 games since he re-signed. Moving on to Jadon Sancho, Going to give him a 5 out of 10. I thought he failed to make an impact yesterday. I do recall Sancho having a good chance in the game, but he put it wide. Sancho's enjoyed his good games at Man United. You know, he's done nowhere near as well as a lot of Man United fans expected. You know, Sancho did enjoy a bad start to his Manchester United career. Sancho did enjoy 4 good years with Borussia Dortmund before he re-signed for Man United. You know, Man United signed him last summer from Borussia Dortmund, got him in a deal worth 78 million with add-ons included. Man United paid 73 million up front. Sancho's got a contract with Man United until June 2026. There's an option of a further year. Anthony Elanga, I'm going to give him just a 4 out of 10. He was poor. Probably the first poor game Elanga's had, to be honest with you. Because Elanga has done really well since he broke into our first team squad. Don't forget, Elanga came off the bench and scored a late equaliser against Atletico Madrid in the last 16 of the Champions League first leg. He also scored in the 4-2 win against Leeds earlier on this season. Earlier on this season, Elanga got racially abused on social media after he missed a decisive penalty against Middlesbrough in the Cup. I totally disagreed with him getting racially abused. Rangnick's already said that Elanga was close to leaving Manchester United, but he came up our academy. He joined Man United's academy at the age of 12 and he's now, 19? So still young, and he's got a contract with Man United until 2026 as an option of a further year. And Bruno Fernandez, I'm going to give him just a 5 out of 10. Fernandez was poor yesterday. I do recall him having a good chance in the game, produced a good save from Kasper Schmeichel, and Bruno Fernandez played a part in Fred's equaliser because Bruno Fernandez hit it and the keeper saved it. Then Fred, of course, got the rebound. Bruno Fernandez was playing in the false 9. Not so long ago, Fernandez signed a new contract with Man United until June 2026. There's an option of a further year. Fernandez now receives £240,000 a week, so his wages doubled. Because before he signed this contract, Fernandez was receiving just £100,000 a week. You know, Fernandez has been a Manchester United player for over 2 years. We got him from Sporting Lisbon back in January 2020. We initially paid, £47 million. Fernandez has scored 49 goals in 118 games for Man United in all competitions. We brought substitutions on in the game yesterday. We saw Marcus Rashford come on. I'll give him a 6 out of 10. Matic came on. I'll give him a 6 out of 10. And Alex Telles came on. I'll give him a 5 out of 10. So that is your player ratings for Manchester United's 1-1 draw against Leicester. It wasn't a good performance by Man United against Leicester. You know, Man United dropped more points. Man United, I don't think, will finish in the top 4 this season. I reckon Arsenal will get the top 4. Leicester, their goal came from Iheanacho. James Maddison also scored for Leicester, but it got disallowed by VAR. James Maddison got the assist for the Iheanacho goal. I highly rate James Maddison, he's very good. Leicester got James Maddison from Norwich. Leicester paid £20 million. Man United were linked with Maddison a long time ago. Leicester, they've been nowhere near as good this season as they have been in recent seasons. So I was obviously expecting Man United to beat Leicester. Leicester, of course, won the fixture at Old Trafford last season 2-1, but Man United heavily rotated in that game, and Leicester beat Man United at the King Power Stadium earlier on this season 4-2. Leicester as well were missing players yesterday. Obviously, there was no Jamie Vardy because he's out with injury. Vardy's very good, don't forget Vardy risen up from non-league football. There was also missing Luke Thomas. Ryan Bertrand was missing. Ryan Bertrand is out for the season. Leicester got Ryan Bertrand from Southampton. There was no Wilfred Ndidi, he's injured, and he's a key player for Leicester. He's a very good defensive midfielder. Man United were in for Ndidi a long time ago. And there was missing Danny Ward. He's out of injury. Danny Ward, I think, is Leicester's second choice goalkeeper. We were missing just two players. Obviously, there was no Cavani. Cavani's out with injury. Cavani will leave Manchester United this summer. The last time I read up, it said Cavani was close to agreeing a move to Real Sociedad. Cavani held talks with Real Sociedad. He's also been linked to a move to Brazil. Cavani's out of contract at Man United in the summer. We got Cavani on a free transfer from PSG back in the summer of 2020. And there was no Ronaldo yesterday because he's got illness. Ronaldo will probably leave Manchester United next year. I can't see him leaving this summer because AS said earlier on this season that Ronaldo has no plans to leave Man United this summer, as he's willing to see out the final year of his contract. Earlier on this season, Ronaldo held crunch talks with his agent Jorge Mendes over his Man United future. Ronaldo, don't forget, got a hat-trick in the 3-2 win against Tottenham. That was his first hat-trick since he re-signed for the club. And he became the highest scorer in football history. Ronaldo has scored 18 goals in all competitions since he re-signed for Man United. He's got over 800 goals in his career, and Man United re-signed Ronaldo last summer for 20 million with add-ons included. He wears a number 7 shirt. And he's won over 30 trophies in his playing career, including 5 Ballon d'Ors. Leicester, let me put into the equation that they've lost good players. They lost Ben Chilwell to Chelsea, a couple of years ago now. They lost Danny Drinkwater and N'Golo Kante to Chelsea. Chelsea have done good transfer business with Leicester before. They lost Riyad Mahrez to Man City back in the summer of 2018. I think they lost Pryor. They lost Harry Maguire to us back in the summer of 2019, but Leicester did get £80 million for him. So there you go. And Leicester City's manager's Brendan Rodgers. Don't forget, Brendan Rodgers has been linked with a managerial role at Man United before. Brendan Rodgers at Leicester has won the FA Cup and the Community Shield. He's been a Leicester manager for over 3 years. Leicester appointed Brendan Rodgers in back in February 2019. He's under contract with Leicester until 2025. Before Leicester, Rodgers managed Celtic. He enjoyed quite a few years with them, won quite a few trophies with them. Before managed Liverpool, was at Liverpool a few years. He enjoyed one good season with Liverpool. Before as well, managed Swansea, did well at Swansea. Well, when Rodgers was Liverpool manager, he emulated the football he produced at Swansea. And a lot of years ago, Rodgers managed Reading, Watford and Chelsea's youth. So there you go. But anyway, Manchester United's next game is Everton. Should be winning that because Everton are really struggling. They're in trouble at the moment. You know, they're fighting to avoid relegation. As for Rangnick, I'd say he's on his way out of Manchester United. Rangnick is under pressure. You know, he's been Man United's interim manager for over 3 months now. It initially said he's Man United's interim manager till the end of the season, then he's expected to take up a consultancy role for a further 2 years, but you can say the consultancy role is now in serious doubt. Rangnick has lost 4 games in all competitions as Manchester United's interim manager. Earlier on this season, it said Rangnick wanted the permanent Man United job. Told you, I've got a lot of respect for Rangnick. I think he's a very good coach. Unfortunately, Rangnick did not get backed in the January transfer window. He's enjoyed 1 transfer window as Man United's interim manager. Before Man United, Rangnick was the head of sports and development at Lokomotiv Moscow. Obviously, Man United are looking for a permanent manager. Our next permanent manager will either be Ten Hag or Mauricio Pochettino. You know, Ten Hag is the top candidate to become Man United's next manager. You know, Ten Hag has a release clause of just over €2 million. And Eric Ten Hag has already said that Man United is a great club with great fans. And as for Mauricio Pochettino, he sees himself at PSG for a long time. You know, Man United are looking for the 5th permanent manager since Ferguson. We've sacked 4 permanent managers since Ferguson, even though Man United are not really known as a sacking football club. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you with. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel if you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.